All clear. Dispatch, enjoy your ride.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another great episode of Theme Park Tempo. Now that I have ridden over 200 roller coasters, it is time for me to bring you a video as of 200 roller coaster credits. That's right, out of all of them, all across the country and partially over the world. I've put them all together, I've listed them all, and I've broken them down into a top 10 for your viewing pleasure. Now, mostly, you're not going to see nearly any Disney coasters in this video, because this is basically pure on thrill level, pure on awesome experience of the coaster itself, airtime, inversions. Theming doesn't really play in too heavy on, we're just talking about the coaster rides themselves, because Disney and Universal have great themed coasters, but some of them aren't as thrilling as the other top coasters that actually did make this list. So yeah, guys, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the 10th coaster on this list is actually my oldest roller coaster on this list, opening up to the public in June 26th, 1927, and that is going to be the classic Coney Island Cyclone in Coney Island Luna Park over in New York City. And what a great time this was getting on this last summer. It does pack a punch even to this day. It's such a great ride, even though it's old, and out of all the old school Woodies I've been on, she definitely rides the best. And because of its historic value and the fact that it was such a bucket list contribution, such a contribution to the coasters we have today, she sits in number 10 for me just because of the sheer awe of what the Coney Island Cyclone is. Now that could easily get knocked down when I got on more extreme coasters per se, and or better coasters, but as of right now, for the appreciative factor of her, what she is to the coaster world, she sits in at my number 10. Alrighty, folks, my number 9 coaster, and a lot of people probably thought I would have ranked this higher and probably have it higher on their list as well, but it's not on mine, but it did make my top 10, and that is going to be the second fastest roller coaster in the world and the tallest roller coaster in the world at 128 miles, 456 feet into the sky, and that is going to be the Intamin Classic Launch Coaster at Six Flags Great Adventure in Jackson, New Jersey, better known as King Deco. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, since this ride has opened up, it has been a top spot in my coaster list, as I've gotten on other coasters and realized what I like throughout the years. It's gone down a little bit, but she is, every time that launch gets you, no matter where you're sitting, she is such a front row ride though. But all in all, a spectacular beast to look at, well deserving of a top 10, and I hope she doesn't go away anytime soon, because she is such a classic in King Deco. Alrighty, folks, ladies and gentlemen, my number 8 roller coaster of all time. We travel a bit up north from New Jersey. We headed to the weirdly named town of Agawam, Massachusetts, to Six Flags, New England, and that is going to be the Intimate Hyper Coaster. Formerly first started off as Superman, redone. I wrote it as Bizarro, and then it got rethemed back to Superman. However, I wrote it when it was Bizarro, and apparently had better seats than what it does now. So I'm talking about when I wrote it. Apparently, it still just packs as much of a punch, just a little bit more uncomfortable with the seats. I haven't rented that, but either way, that's going to be Superman / Bizarro over at Six Flags New England. This coaster from start to finish, I mean, I don't have it on my channel because I went many years ago before I started vlogging, but this coaster from start to finish, it has lasted a standing impression. The audio on the left hill is great. The first drop, the airtime hills, and the ending turns just pack a total punch to what you want in a perfect coaster, and that is Superman / Bizarro at Six Flags New England. Alrighty, folks, ladies and gentlemen, up next, my number 7 coaster of all time, and that is right where I'm currently located right now in Central Florida. Take a little drive down I-4, and you head to SeaWorld Orlando, and you park your butt at the B&M Hyper there, known as Mako, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, this 200-foot tall coaster packs a punch every single time. As far as best consistent, honestly, floater, airtime, and a little bit of ejector as well, she delivers time and time again. B&M really did have the perfect layout when it comes to Mako, and bringing her all together for the perfect package of a coaster. The ending is great over the lake. The first drop is amazing. The airtime moments literally throughout every single hill of the ride, even the trim airtime hill, is magnificent. Time and time again, I never get sick of going on Mako. She offers some great night rides as well as some some of the best views of all of Orlando from the top of that coaster. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, Mako over at SeaWorld Orlando. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, up next on the list, we're going to continue with the B&M theme. However, we're going to head northwest a little bit to Mason, Ohio, parking our butts at Kings Island this time for the B&M Giga Coaster, in my opinion, known as Orion. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of coaster enthusiasts don't seem to appreciate this roller coaster. I really do, however, though. It has a 300-foot drop, which makes it the Giga. Great forces. It has a great airtime hill, a 50-40 airtime hill that you hit, I believe, at like 72 miles an hour, which is awesome. You pop out of your seat. Great twists and turns. It is a short coaster, but it's fast. Great airtime, wonderful drop, wonderful views, and you really rank up that lift hill too. All in all, great coaster, and it has a great queue to it as well. I enjoyed it, the rides. I got in it thoroughly when I went, and the operations were superb. That's going to be, like I said, 91 miles an hour, 300 feet, straight down. You don't get any better than that here at Orion, Kings Island, Mason, Ohio. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, rolling into our top 5 now. We travel a little bit east to Hershey, Pennsylvania, to Hershey Park to climb aboard a 200-foot lift hill, a cable lift, nonetheless, a steel coaster, a winged steel coaster, a winged steel hyper cable lift coaster invented by Intamin, and that is, ladies and gentlemen, Skyrush. And honestly, 75 miles an hour, 200-foot lift hill, 212-foot drop. This hyper coaster packs probably some of, if not the best ejector airtime I've ever gotten on a coaster, period. Moments of the ride, I actually felt like I was going to come out of my seat a little bit and actually fall off the coaster, so that was super thrilling for me. However, I didn't, obviously, but it really felt like that, and you don't get that feeling on nearly any other coaster. She is a bit short, the layout, and that's why, I mean, if she was a bit longer, I think she would have been a little bit higher, to be honest. But all in all, what a perfect roller coaster here in Skyrush, the intimate beauty of a coaster here at Hershey Park in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Alrighty, folks, just getting off of Skyrush, we're going to hop aboard a plane and travel down to Orlando, Florida for a number 4 coaster. However, we are keeping with the Intamin theme, and that is right, we're visiting Universal's Islands of Adventure, and we are getting aboard Velocicoaster. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, this Intamin multi-launch coaster is so in your face. The theming around it is superb. It's probably, if not the best themed coaster I've ever seen out there. As far as thrilling coasters are concerned, obviously it's not going to be as immersive as a Space Mountain or a Big Thunder Mountain or, you know, rides like that. But, God, Velocicoaster has one show seating at the start, but this ride is all about thrills. And, boy, does she pack a punch from start to finish, from the first launch all the way out into the second boost. Great moments of airtime, wonderful twists and turns, great ejector, and just on that Mosasaurus roll at the end, which is right over the water, right over the lagoon, so in your face, such an instant classic, and highly deserving of a number 4 spot, Velocicoaster. Alrighty, guys, it's time now for my top 3 coasters of all time. Ranking it at number 3, we're going to continue with the Intamin theme. However, we're traveling back to my home park of Six Flags Great Adventure, and we are hitting up the wonderful Winter Roller Coaster, the prefab Winter Roller Coaster, making its comeback after a complete track redone coming soon, and that's going to be El Toro. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This wonderful roller coaster has been rocking my world ever since I was a teenager, and I've loved it ever since. Unfortunately, with the problems it's had lately, it does need a retrack, and she's getting that. However, though, she's going to come back and still pack that punch. That first drop is so steep. Those 2 airtime hills right after are just in your face. You're out of your seat 90% of the ride. The turns at the end are superb. You come off that ride feeling like you've never been on it before. That's how much of an impact going on El Toro time and time again is. I really hope to see it operational soon. Once it does, I mean, I probably won't be back to Six Flags Great Adventure until it does, because that's such a top ride for me there. But either way, guys, number 3, El Toro. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, my number 2 roller coaster of all time is at a theme park many of you viewers might not even know exists, and that is right, it's in this weirdly named town of Santa Claus, Indiana, and it's called Holiday World. Now, this park represents all different holidays: Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, but my favorite coaster of all, well, my favorite Winter Roller Coaster, it was my number 1 for a while, and that was the Voyage. And that is right, ladies and gentlemen, this Gravity Group coaster is insane. It has literally more airtime than any other roller coaster out there, 22 seconds altogether. Such a great layout, such an immersive first drop, so smooth. She packs a punch. The turns are great. The airtime moments are non-stop, and she is probably the longest ride at a roller coaster I've ever been on. She is relentless from start to finish. I remember I just took a road trip out there just because all these enthusiasts. It was during COVID, and I was bored, and I took a 12-hour trip, and I didn't regret going to Holiday World and getting on the best pure wooden roller coaster of all time, in my opinion, and that is The Voyage. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, the time is upon us as we travel to the west coast of Florida, to Tampa Bay, to Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay, as we park our butts in the very first coaster that greets you now as you enter the park. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, as she is the RMC hybrid coaster known as Iron Gwazi, my absolute top favorite roller coaster of all time. It doesn't get any better than Iron Gwazi for me. 206-foot drop, 76 miles an hour, 2 inversions, although some argue 3, most people say 2, that's up for debate. 91-degree vertical drop, like I said, and just an amazing experience. She takes you through the elements so well. She honestly, some great ejector, some great inversions, and awesome speed, and the smoothness of Iron Gwazi you can't even compare to other coasters out there. She's the tallest and the fastest RMC hybrid in North America. She is actually tied with the tallest over with Zadra at Energylandia. But yeah, I haven't gotten over there yet, and that's all the way in Poland. But yeah, for me, this is the cream of the crop of roller coasters in Iron Gwazi. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that about wraps it up for my top 10 roller coasters of all time. As of today, I have been on 209 separate roller coasters throughout the United States, and a little bit when I went to Disneyland Paris, but mostly here in good old USA. It's always fun hearing other people's opinions on roller coasters, so if you guys have a top 10, top 5, top 3 list, top whatever list, I would love to hear it in the comments down below to compare and contrast and see if we have any similar coasters on the list as well. Also, guys, please do me a favor. If you like this video, give it a good old like and subscribe down below. I can't wait to bring you guys another ranking video when I get more coasters out there to bring you along on the journey to visit all these wonderful and exciting coasters. Fun fact, the coaster you're looking at now is actually one of the remaining CCI Custom Coasters International coasters left, and that is the Great White on Maurice Pier in Wildwood, New Jersey. Probably about a top 25-ish coaster for me just because of the sheer historic value of it. And although it does have Philadelphia toboggan trains on it right now currently, it's still a wonderful and great ride on the Wildwood Boardwalk. Doesn't make my top 10 though, unfortunately, but it's a nice video to show you. Guys, like I said, do me a favor, like and subscribe down below. Until then, we'll catch you guys next time.
Meet you at the Midway.